going on? I'm going to just see if you guys can hear me. Make sure this is on. Can anybody hear me? All right, good. How's it going, Dave? I just kind of felt like a wing it right now. I just posted the video, so I'm like, can't watch the NFL, so I might as well just chill. Well, welcome to the channel. This is my dividend investing strategy channel. Of course, not financial advice, but I show people what I do and what I buy and everything. So very straightforward. Just trying to promote a few links real quick. What's going on? I'm just chilling for right now. I'm only going to be on probably for an hour. Just kind of like a wing it right now. Felt like going live and chilling with you guys. Pretty much. Yeah, I kind of got a little too repetitive with the phrase "you guys," so I do need to work on that a little bit. Somebody was driving, they sent me a message like, "Hey, you're really overdoing it." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I do." So, but I still will say "you guys." So that will be. I just was a little repetitive with that. Really what's on the agenda is kind of looking at the real estate sector, a little bit of the financial sector, and these the big news with M1 Finance with these yield max ETFs. There's a lot of potential, but again, there's a huge risk as well. So I just wanted to cover a few things and just chill, just have a night to chill on here. Probably do that during my study breaks or before I go to bed with studying for boards. I'm going to start studying for boards next week. Well, I mean, with the yield max ETFs, it's not the most reliable. And as I posted in my previous video, I was thrilled just to have 44 cents with TSLY. There's a huge risk. I mean, you have an expense ratio that's high. They've done pretty well as of late, but it's good to be diversified. I mean, I'm going to diversified with my yield max ETFs. It's not good to ever have all of your eggs in one basket. Some people religiously like throw a ton of shares into yield max. I'm using it to buy dividend growth stocks because dividend growth investing, dividend growth stocks always win. Now I buy high yielders, high yield, low dividend growth. But again, I want something that's more reliable, more Kroger, more Starbucks, Pepsi that I added, Coca-Cola. I want those bad boys. They got consistent dividend growth. They got good revenue. I may check out Altria again, but I sold them and I felt pretty good with my decision at the moment. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm going to do with UPS. A lot of people are negative about them, but I mean, isn't UPS in demand? I mean, I probably have to do a video on them. That's probably a good question. A lot of people are really blasting them. So I'll do analysis on UPS. KDP is another one. That's one that deserves a little bit of respect. There's could be a comeback. Now that's one that a lot of people are looking at. Also, Dollar General. Probably need to do a video on Dollar General as well. I mean, they write your name real quick. KDP. So yeah, I'll just write names. I'll make sure I give you guys a shout out when I do a review. Got a lot of stocks to review. CPB, that's Campbell Soup, right? I think that's Campbell Soup, right, Dave? That's a very interesting one. I think PPC Ian owns them. Don't quote me on that. I'd have to ask him in a DM. I mean, those guys are in demand. Anything that's in demand in the grocery store is going to be a good one. Now, I did own BGS. I sold them. They had a dividend cut. I'm hoping they rebound. I'm kind of excited for them. I have Conagra Brands, CAG. That's a pretty good one. Of course, I'm not giving financial advice for entertainment purposes. Only disclaimer in my descriptions. What's wrong with Hormel Foods? I could do one on Hormel. The amount of people I see admitted to the hospital with fluid overload, you could probably blame Hormel Foods with their meats. They do have good food. I mean, I go to every so often, like what I would do with nurse practitioner school. I had a weird ritual is the night before my exam, I was always eat Penn Station sub. And I think it was the Italian sub. And what they had was most of their meats were Hormel Foods. I mean, legitimately HRL. So that was pretty exciting. So it's that's one to look at. So yeah, Conagra Brands, I own those guys. I need to get a lot more shares in them. Some people don't like Hormel. I'd be surprised. My target, I want to try to get maybe $2,000 a month in yield max ETFs, maybe even more with passive income. Excuse me, I'm tired, man. I had a really good leg workout today. It beat the hell out of me. But so with the yield max income, I want to get around 2,000 to 2,500 and go from there. Yeah, I mean, I could maybe go to the basics on researching stocks, maybe a lot of terminology. I started to add a little bit more terminology to dividend stocks, understanding net income. I do think that's important. Revenue, all that stuff. I'm going to probably be a little bit more technical, but I don't want to bombard people. That's the one thing with my videos. I try to be very basic. I just did a collaboration. I'm like, gosh, how am I going to explain K1? Okay, let me think about this. It's a form of taxation, but I don't want to get too technical. I'm surprised they don't have OARK. So how many you guys can just say me? How many of you use TSLY in your M1 Finance dividend portfolio, or use TSLY or these yield max ETFs to buy other dividend stocks? Yeah, I mean, Maury. I mean, I believe that's the only way to do it. Again, everybody has different strategies, but to use TSLY or NVDY, or to use Coney or ORC or any of that, to use that, like, because I explained in my previous video, like literally today, I want to focus on Fundrise too. I want to get to 100,000 in Fundrise. I want to really focus on E-Trade. I want to blow up a little bit more. I want to get those bigger. I'm starting to look at Agree Realty Corporation. I love Agree Realty Corporation. So I want to allocate funds and start buying other dividend stocks. I want to get to the point where I don't want to touch it anymore. And my dividends, I earn enough in dividends. I earn enough in the yield max ETFs. KLIP, I want KLIP there because they distribute dividends, my understanding, a week before the yield max ETF. So I want that. Now all of a sudden they're doing all these new ETFs. What is it, Rex shares or something? Now you're starting to see this new hybrid. So it's like the linebacker in the NFL. You have like a rover. It's like a linebacker and a safety. So now you're starting to see these hybrids and potentially to buy these dividend stocks for you. I mean, I had certain stocks, I just couldn't afford them. And to use TSLY's income to actually buy them is actually pretty exciting. So yeah, so that's the way I'm using it. Just reading the stuff up. I mean, I don't understand why. Hold on, these icon things are in the way. With SPYI, A lot of people like it. I'll probably have to post a video on that because a lot of people are telling me to start checking that out. So, I'll start. It's one of the reasons why I go live. I look at, a lot of requests that people have, and I need to start posting videos on dividend stocks. Yeah, and KLIP distributes like right around the 80s, 80 cents per distribution. Not guaranteed, but that's with KWEB, strictly KWEB. And TSLY and the Yield Max ETFs are, those guys are just, they're not shares of the actual stock. So the volatility on KWEP is what makes KLIP so powerful. That's why I've been trying to tell M1 Finance, like, let's go. Would you start like adding it on there? They add all these other Yield Max ETFs, but they don't add KLIP, which surprises me. And then TLTW, that's another one. SLVO. I mean, there's a lot of potential if you use those covered call ETFs the right way, which I believe is the only right way, is to use that to buy dividend growth stocks and other dividend stocks. It's not reliable. I mean, 1 month, like for me with TSLY, I made like $500 some, but then I didn't. I'm not going to be making that amount. So this month, which I'll reveal to you guys in the video. But there's just a lot of excitement with these Yield Max ETFs. There's a huge risk, but I'll take, I'm going to take the risk. I have enough for the funds to take a hit just in case. Do you guys have any other questions or requests? All right. So we're going to get started. So what is going on? I'm live from 10:15 p.m. Eastern time to 11 p.m. Thank you for being on here. I just decided to wing it. A lot of the times I will come on and wing it is the requests that you guys have. Things that I need to adjust to, if I should go live a lot more, if I should collaborate a lot more. This is my time for you guys when I come on here and wing it. And the credit comes to you guys for being hitting the notification bell, because if you didn't, you wouldn't know about this. So this is why I emphasize hitting the notification bell for a lot of you guys that are subscribers. I don't have an answer for the shelf life of Yield Max. I mean, it's a risk right now. I may have to get the guy on here and interview him. That would be pretty unique, and have a video. I think that would be really cool. They messaged me a lot, Yield Max on X. You guys need to follow me on X at Darth Dividend 23 real quick. I'm going to post my name. So make sure you follow me on X. I'm going to be a lot more active. I'm posting a lot of my posts in the community section for all of you. I would love to go on a space with all of you that are subscribers, honestly, and interact with you guys on there. I think that would be amazing to go on a space and interact with everybody, because that's the best way to do it. I mean, just reading a text is one thing, but actually interacting and speaking is way better, and I prefer that. I mean, I'm kind of a face-to-face person as well. So let's see if I can get Harris on here. But that's kind of what I'm doing. See if I can get it, maybe Ryan on here. Yeah, I just sent like a group text with everyone. So see if Russ and Ryan hop on. If not, they're busy. They got things to do. Raytheon, I mean, I saw a funny thing with Raytheon, Mr. Patel, that people were selling. I saw one person that, what's his name, sold them. That guy's a goof to begin with. But the guy that didn't even know about a vesting account with his, and he names himself Guy Talks Finance. He doesn't know about his vesting account. Guy panic sold RTX. Like, why? Now's the time to buy RTX, Raytheon. I don't see anything wrong with Raytheon. I don't own them, but man, they're a big time company. I don't know why people are panic selling. They've been down, and people are capitalizing on Raytheon. Andrew, I kind of like individual stocks better than ETFs overall, but with my IRA, I do have ETFs only. And I did have, honestly, I just got rid of United Healthcare because I'm going to add them to my dividend portfolio soon. Honestly, Raytheon it's very good company. That's probably something I'll have to do a video on. A lot of hype right now. I mean, anything military is pretty strong. Excuse me. Excuse me. Any requests for dividend stocks? I mean, now is the time. This is why I'm on here. Penny stocks. You're gonna have to give me an example of a penny stock. I'll tell you straight up what I would do. I mean, not giving financial advice at all. I mean, it's entertainment purposes, but you'll get some entertainment out of me with some of my reactions. PMT. What was that? Penny Mac? Penny Mac Investment Mortgage Trust. Didn't they cut their dividend? I swear. Let's see. What is PKA's name? PHK. Oh, no. I don't like that one. No, those PIMCO, the income funds. No, I don't like them. Penny Mac Mortgage Trust. I could swear that they cut their dividend. I'm gonna look them up right now. Yeah, they cut their dividend in 2023. And then I'll maybe have to post a video on some penny stock like companies, classification of penny stocks. I'd have to look. I have a few of them. Hopefully they don't reverse stock split. I mean, that'll be a risk, but doubt it. Alliance Resource Partners. I think Sachem is a penny stock classification because of their price. Wow. I may have to do a video on ARLP. You're onto something with them. Yeah, I'll do one with that. Yeah, I got to do one on AB. I just haven't had time. That's one I need to look at. I'm pretty sure Sachem Capital is a penny stock status. I'm just looking at some of these. Might be a reason why they're a penny stock. I can't answer that, Andrew. At least 47% of penny stocks pay dividends. I really don't have an answer to that. I won't touch AT&T unless they hike their dividend. That dividend cut ticked me off, and I was done with them. By the way, how about that win that Miami had over Texas A&M? That was pretty big. My answer is Vici. I guess they call it Vici. I'm kind of disappointed, but I would say both. I would say both. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Vici is cheaper right now. I've been buying them. Still agree Realty Corporation is pretty damn powerful. Well, I'd see Florida State as a college football playoff contender. If Ohio State or the Big Ten loses one game, they're out of the whole playoff. It's going to be interesting. Well, AT&T was great until they cut their dividend. No, I agree, but if they start hiking their dividend, I'd consider buying them. as a company, I don't know. I don't know how Verizon will do either. I saw that T-Mobile just started a dividend. That of the three is probably the best. I mean, investing in TSLY is a huge risk. That's make it clear a lot in my videos, the risk of TSLY. Well, Verizon, I don't know how long their dividend is going to continue to grow. So just saying I don't own either of them. Is it better to invest in monthly stock dividend companies or quarterly? There's really good monthly dividend stocks. There's really good semi-annual dividend stocks, and there's really good quarterly dividend stocks. So just depends on what your investing philosophy is. Um, 3M, I know they have some baggage right now, but I'm telling you, like seeing all their products in the hospital, there's a lot of they have a lot of potential. Yeah, I haven't got really into military stocks, but it's one thing I may consider in the future. Yeah, Caterpillar is doing pretty well. A lot of people do believe that DLR is okay. I'd probably have to ask Dividend Stockpile if I ever do a collaboration with him, and go from there. Well, I'm USOI. They that reverse stock split really hurt a lot of people. I think it was a 10-for-1 reverse stock split. A lot of people saw that coming. Yeah, I like Prudential. I'm kind of disappointed SCHD dropped them. So I got a text from Russ, and he said, talk about TKO stock. So 2 weeks from now, Vince McMahon will collect $111 million from a dividend declared by TKO Group Holdings on Wednesday. TKO, the new publicly traded business that houses WWE and UFC, declared a one-time dividend at $3.86 per share, payable on September 29th to shareholders of record as a week from Friday. McMahon, who founded WWE, owns 28.84 million shares of the new combined business, according to a filing. That's interesting. I think the song "No Chance in Hell" would be for if what would be a good song for that? That's like if that'd be a good song for AGNC if they would hike their dividend. Oh, you're doing a lot of the CEFs. Yeah, I may have to start doing those, doing some videos on them. No, I never bought Starwood Properties. I don't think they've hiked their dividend. I mean, they've been stagnant at 48 cents in 2014. No, they haven't almost hiked it for 10 years. I mean, it's not worth it if you ask me. It's just stagnant. They start hiking, that's a different story. Trying to think certain stocks. ABR is doing pretty well. That's one I was going to mention. Oil stocks. I mean, I got MPLX in them. Big news, by the way. One Oak they're going to be acquiring MMP. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but that's a huge acquisition for One Oak. Good for them. That's a tough call with how many stocks that people invest into. There's a lot of opportunities for it. Just depends on people's investing strategies and dividend investing strategies. To be honest with you, that's pretty much it. I mean, I invest in a lot of stocks. Be honest with you. Not that I know of, but if you have certain dividend stocks that distribute dividends at a certain time, there's a possibility that you can do well. No, I haven't heard about wealth. Um, did he disappear or what's going on? I don't know. That's really a good question. I mean, the other one was with what was his name? Andrew Yang. He like disappeared. I don't know what happened to him. I don't like VXUS. I really don't. No, I've never heard of that rationale with 12 different stocks in different countries. I kind of stick to mostly ones in the United States. Did I buy Cake or Cracker Barrel? I did used to own Cheesecake. I did. And I sold that a little bit for a profit, but Cheesecake is that's a good one. Yeah, Coney could be the one that's the highest. It would be great if it was on M1 Finance. That the volatility on Coney is going to be interesting. I'm really curious as to seeing the potential on them. It's the most volatile for sure. ARCC, I love them. What's going on, Professor Joe? So AFCG Gamma, I just did a little bit of tax loss harvesting to buy NVDY, and probably 30 days later, I'm going to buy AFCG Gamma. It's really interesting REIT. It's mortgage-backed REIT, pretty sure, and really like them. Yeah, I mean, I kind of wing it here and there. Probably have to plan on being live a little bit more in the future. Definitely during study breaks for boards. So I definitely will do that. I'll be working out, studying, and pretty much watching college football. That'll be my excitement. Yeah, a lot of you guys are new. And of course, I don't give financial advice for entertainment purposes, only disclaimer in the description. But yeah, this channel has gotten really big. I mean, we're almost at 14,000 subscribers. You guys are amazing. And, I can't really say no. And yeah, you guys have been fantastic. I really very grateful for you guys being very strong. Very strong subscribers and loyal subscribers. Well, I love Wendy's. I need to get to 100 shares. It's my new high yield portion. SVOL is not doing too bad. SPYI is not doing too bad. But I'm going to use those guys to buy my dividend growth stocks. In the long term, the dividend growth stocks always win. Just telling you. Those bad boys always win with that dividend growth. Might be a low yield, but man, that dividend growth is phenomenal. So that's why I got Pepsi. Pepsi is a really it's a unique dividend growth stock. It's a powerful one. So Andre, what is your strategy with JEPI, JEPQ, SVOL, and SPYI? I kind of refer to certain websites with dividend growth. I mean, I look at Seeking Alpha. I look at Zacks. I look at a little bit of, metrics, good metrics, fundamentals. Net income is important. Revenue is important. Obviously, with REITs, FFO is important. Yeah, I don't know. I think ARCs is soon. Yeah, income is important because if you ain't making money, in revenue, if you ain't making money and your revenue trends aren't good, that ain't good. That's what worried me a little bit about Altria. I've been dollar cost averaging mostly with Starbucks, Professor Joe. I feel really good with my investment in them. Same with Kroger. I feel really good with them and really just loading up on those guys. I mean, Starbucks is always busy. Kroger's busy. People are, customers. They'll buy the crappiest, most unhealthiest drinks with Starbucks. And how often do I drip and when do you take cash for other stock purposes? I'm dripping in everything right now. So um, I that's what I'm doing right now. I mean, I can't give financial advice, Eric Platt. Um, I got ABR, RKey, Enbridge, ARC. I don't know about that. ARCC is one thing, but ARC, I'd look a little bit more into them. Hershey's good, McDonald's is good, Wendy's good. VNQ dividend growth is not very good, so I wouldn't. VNQ, I don't know. I'm TSLY made it to 500. Arbor Realty Trust, Andrew, I made it to 200 or so. I'm hoping with my business development companies I can get to that point. Like Hercules Capital, CSWC, if I can get to at least 200, I'd be thrilled and really do some damage. I mean, there's a lot of ETFs, people like SCHD. SCHD is what everybody likes. I'm surprised that Ford's inside SCHD. That still surprises me. Scion Investment Corp, that's a good one. Mr. Patel, I like that one. Scion is a good one. Saratoga Investment Corp, SAR. Hercules Capital, they've been hiking their dividend. Owl Rock Capital Corp, OBDC, that's a good one. Well, I like having a hybrid of, obviously dividend growth stocks, high yield, low dividend growth stocks, and low yield, high dividend growth stocks. It's a good question when they're ready to merge. That'd be pretty impressive. Man, I would love to make 7,200 monthly and quarterly. Which Canadian and telecom stocks? I only have what, 15,000 in student loan debt. I don't even know what the save plan is. I'm just paying off like as fast as I can. I mean, I did a private loan. DNA stocks, what's your degree in? Yeah, that's I have to say, I mean, my first undergrad was in exercise physiology. Took a lot of courses with nutrition students, and to this day, I hate organic chemistry 1 and 2 the most out of any class. That was the most miserable I've ever been in. Oh, funniest thing was, so I graduated Kent, K-E-N-T State. Never forget this, in the fall of 2006. And I've never been in the hot seat before in a class. I had a C minus going into the final. And I took it with 18 credits. It was stupid. I mean, I have friends that are physicians now that had to retake organic chemistry. And I mean, it's not an easy class. And literally, I've never seen people break down and cry taking exams. So I finished the exam. I got a C plus, and I'm telling you, to this day, the professor called me. He wanted to talk to me. He goes, "You got 100 on the section." I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Let's go over it." So I went over it with him, and he goes, "How did you get all these titrations right, doing all this and that? Like, what did I teach something really good that you remember?" I said, "Dude, I don't even remember what I did. I just connected the dots." Oh, he goes, "What's your degree in?" I go, "Exercise physiology." He goes, "An exercise physiologist got a whole section right." And I was like, I didn't know if that was an insult or if that was like like a huge compliment. It was weird. A lot of nutrition students. We had this biochem professor who was a jerk, and a lot of people left Kent for a semester and took it at Akron because he was such a jerk in biochemistry. Screwed over all the nutrition majors. Uh MBW still has a little bit of hope. Yeah, organic chemistry sucked. I mean, it's just, oh, I love biochemistry. And I actually took it at Akron because of that professor in the summer of 2008, Akron University. Really good professor at Akron. Ugh. Stats wasn't, I took stats of exercise science at Kent. And the thing that pissed me off was for nursing, the stats class didn't count for that. So for my RN to BSN, I had to retake a stats course because it wasn't within the psychology department or math department. It was in the exercise science and physiology department. So they got some money out of me. Ugh. Yeah, that's it's exciting. Intel, I did a little bit of tax loss harvesting, but there's a lot of potential with them. I need to, load up a little bit on that sector. So that might be something that I rebuy again. Um, because, I said if something drastically happens, I will sell them. I'm pretty sure they weren't doing well. So I did get rid of them at the moment, but I'm a little, with Intel, there's a few things. They may be behind in the microchip race, but Intel coming to Columbus is going to be huge. That's the only thing that'll keep them as a contender. But they're going against other companies, so that could be a problem. All right, well, I'm starting to hit the wall. I'm pretty tired. But yeah, I may have to do with these microchips, it's going to be really interesting. Um, I mean, they're building these huge facilities in Columbus right now, and that's going to be huge. I mean, revenue wise in that area, that's going to be huge. They have community colleges just setting up programs just for people to go to school, like trade school over there. So people are going to make some money over there, and that's going to be exciting. And we shouldn't always rely on Taiwan, because if China invades Taiwan, then what? Do I own any real estate in Ohio? I do not. It's one thing I may consider in the long run. Uh, do I ever get worried about getting married? Yes. That's or knocking somebody up. That does worry me a little bit, but I'm very careful with what I do. But they do have prenups. Well, I mean, I can't do any it's hard for me to invest in real estate because I'm literally in graduate school. Like I just finished. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to move. There's Columbus, there's out of state, there's the west side of Cleveland. That's beautiful. It's there's a lot of like the west side, like not where I'm at. I'm more on the east side of Cleveland, but west side's way better. It's I got to figure out where I'm moving first. I just renewed a 6-month lease here. I don't know if I'm going to renew it. I don't know yet. So there's a lot of decisions to be made. I don't know yet. There's a lot of I don't knows. Yes, I invest in Fundrise. I want to get to 100,000 in Fundrise. I need to post a video with that. But I'm gonna probably wrap it up. I'm gonna give it like about maybe 5 more minutes. Probably stop at 11:10 maybe, and then go from there. Oh, I didn't realize I did the wrong date. Whoops. Oh, so you're an NP as well. First mistake is being in DC. That's expensive. Thank you. I start finding out that more and more people in healthcare find my name out there. Actually, a NP that I used to work with in cardiology, right when she was retiring, she said it was great working with you. Then she looked at me and she shook my hand, said, "Darth Dividend." And I go, "Oh, somebody knows me. Somebody knows my second life." Some people like land. I'd have to look at that a little bit more. Yeah, there's a lot of nurses that I've worked with that don't put a penny in their 403B or 401k. It's kind of a shame. Right now I'm enjoying my travel nurse pay to invest in dividend stocks, pay off debt, and go from there. Yeah, you don't want to be a floor nurse for the rest of your life. I don't care how much travel nurse pay is. You don't want to beat the crap out of yourself. I'm telling you, I'm 38 and you start feeling it after back-to-back shifts. You feel destroyed, especially working back-to-back. Yeah, being 38 and stuff, and I have an interest in nephrology. I have an interest in ortho. My mom's a retired nurse practitioner. She wants me to do cardiology. I don't want to do cardiology. Endocrinology, maybe. There's a few things. Oh, I wouldn't want to work until I'm 70. You know what the crazy thing was with some nurses I've taken care of, even as patients, is there's a lot of, speaking of beer, I'm just having a Oktoberfest, but A lot of alcoholism, a lot of alcohol withdrawal patients I've had were either former nurses or current nurses. I'm like, holy cow. Like, nurses with substance abuse is bad. I'm going to probably wrap up in the next minute or so. I really appreciate you guys coming on here. Again, this is not financial advice, for entertainment purposes only. I really appreciate you guys being amazing subscribers. I mean, we're almost at 14,000, which is incredible. And all my videos are free for you. And please follow me on X. I tweet a lot on there. And I'm close to being monetized. So that's my, free information for you guys as well. So you don't have to worry about Patreon. So if you follow me on X, I make a lot of tweets about investing. Yeah, my no, I don't know that. That's pretty extreme, Andrew. I'm not sure that I've met someone with that, but I'm going to get going. You guys have a good night and take care. I'll have a video for you guys tomorrow.